Hello and welcome, guys, to round 10 of Tier 2. We are in Monza tonight. I'm Ban Beats, joined by co-commentator W. Gore.
Yeah, and the lobby's starting, but it looks like we are in for quite the battle as number one and number two, Chipsy technically, I believe, winning on countback, or maybe Sahil. Either way, tied at 116 points going into round 10. One will emerge on top unless they both finish out of the points.
Yes, there is going to be a new overlay today that we're going to be testing. That's what you can see right now that says loading. Just give it some time. It will work flawlessly, I hope. And give us your feedback on it if you like it or not. It should work. I did test it. Don't worry.
And so, yeah, going into this race, the strategy, definitely soft medium with the softer allocation of tires, because if there's a safety car, you really want that fresh set of softs. Going on to the mediums early can help you if you can stick in the slipstream, but it's not as powerful as it is on some other tracks. So having that extra set of softs for later on, definitely the way to go. And I think my prediction is going to be Doth Thou Hoist on pole position, as he was last week in Spa.
Yeah, I agree. Doth is very fast for this tier. But I'm going to be more interested to see who can win between Chipsy and Sahil, and even Fox and Kia, since it looks like the Constructors' Championship is between Alpha and Racing Point. Plus, all four of those drivers are pretty much fighting for the championship. So it's going to be interesting to see who comes out of this race on top in Monza.
Yeah, and Sahil, the first one out of the pits, he's going to be setting his lap. Kia's right behind him, so the Racing Point boys should be the first two to set their laps, although that normally never seems to quite work out. One of them goes back into the pits or abandons their lap.
I guess the thing doesn't want to open in the quali, but we'll see how that works later on. But yet, both Racing Points are out already. They are usually the first ones out. I've been noticing this trend every race.
Yeah, for sure. They try to get out there early, and what I'm curious about is if Kia, as he goes ahead and straight onto the grass in the exit or on the entry of the first Lesmo, if they're going to be trying to give each other slipstream, or and it looks like Kia's a bit powered far away for that, so I don't think he's going to be giving Sahil the slipstream.
So we have a full grid tonight. I think this is a rare occurrence, right? I don't think we actually have a lot of full grids normally. Normally it's like 18, 17. So that's cool to see for sure.
Last race.
What are we? Last race? We had 20?
No, I was going to say last race we finished with 10.
Oh, yeah. If you guys missed last week's Spa race, go check it out for sure. It was a banger.
All right, and so Kia crosses the line to start his lap way out of the range of Sahil, who is not going to be getting the slipstream. And then we've got the BMW Power just sitting in the middle of turn one here with Kia not waiting, but looks like he gets out of the way quite early. I'm not sure why he bothered to take the corner at all when he knew Kia was behind him, but that's unfortunate. Hopefully it didn't cause him too much time, as Sahil looks like he gets through turn one cleanly as well. And so now, wait a second. Am I?
What are you?
I don't. My
confused.
timings. It was a camera glitch, and I was staring at the wall. Sorry about that. And I was thinking Sahil was Kia. No, so yeah, Kia coming into Ascari now. Looks like he's at a decent start to his lap, or middle of his lap, and we'll see what he can do through Ascari. And he's going to have that Ferrari in front of him. I'm not sure who that is. I almost got a glimpse of it to give him slipstream down in the non-DRS straight. That's going to be Captain. As Captain gets out of the way nice and early for Kia, he's going to be able to get a clean line through Parabolic and subsequently around the line. That Ferrari causing a yellow flag behind, and Sahil's going to catch up with them, maybe get some slipstream, but not sure as Kia rounds the final corner. He does not extend at all. You can actually even go four wheels off there. The game is not very stringent about that. As he crosses the line with a 120.8, not a great lap. You're going to be looking for low 120s or even high 119s, I would assume. That could be very... Yeah, and Sahil sets a 123.0. Wizard sets a 120.7, putting him up into second place in front of Kia. Doth Thou Hoist on his outlap. He's letting some people by right now. We'll see what Salas can do. Salas was saying he's going to be on pole today, so we'll see if he's able to do that. Madman retires from the session. He looks like he lost it on the exit of Ascari. Yeah, he did. He's in the tire barriers there. So that's going to put out a pretty significant yellow flag there. And Stewie 3K sitting in the middle of turn 1, kind of lagging.
We're seeing yellow flags all over the track right now.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And so it's right on board here with Doth Thou Hoist, who is on his lap as he's coming through the Curva Grande. He's looks like he's got a pretty clear track in front of him. I think I saw one car. Yeah, that's going to be one of the Williams, but that might give him a massive tow down the back straight, the DRS straight. So he, not a great line through there. You actually want to be cutting more on the entry and less on the exit. He kind of does the opposite a little bit. I think he made a mistake into the first one, but he runs out nice and wide here, avoids the grass, which is perfect, cuts through here, cuts that quite a bit, and then runs out wide, so took that corner perfectly. Now he's got DRS and a faint slipstream from one of the Williams ahead. I'm not sure if that's critical or 31 sword. As BMW Power moves up into third place with a 120.8 into Ascari, he touches the grass a little bit, which locks his front right, I think, but he looks like it wasn't too bad, and now he's getting wow, that Williams almost looks like it's pulling away from him. I can't really tell if he's getting that good a slipstream or not, but he might be, as captain sitting off there in between the marker boards, getting out of the way. Doth touches a little bit of grass there and actually doesn't run wide, so not the optimal line there, but he saved his ERS perfectly. Across the line, I'm guessing 119. Oh no, 120.0, so 120 flat for Doth Thou Hoist. Great lap from him. 2/10 clear, or almost 3/10 clear of Sahil. So the Ferrari's going to be looking for a good result in their home race, and it looks like so far Pfeiffer's setting a 122.8 in last place, stuck in a gravel trap right now.
Yep, his teammates
not
on the lap.
And so, Chipsy all the way down in 7th with a 121.0. Critical setting a 121.4. 31 Swords a 121.4 as well, just 2,000ths off of each other. The Williams are in 9th and 10th respectively. Sin Black down in 11th position with a 121.4. And Kia actually going out on the medium, so trying to mix up the strategy. Maybe he doesn't think he can get pole on pace right now, so he wants to try to win on strategy. Bold call from him for the mediums here in Monza.
We see Dad doing a hot lap on the mediums right now as well. Dad, who I believe won Baku a couple races back. Looking for another good race from him, perhaps. As he enters Vector 2. Not a lot of traffic in front of him, so let's see what time he can pull here on those mediums for sure. We shouldn't see any hard runners today, unless there's like a very early safety car.
Yeah, even if you pit at lap 1, you should go mediums.
Yeah.
The hards are.
Well, we saw last week, we saw people go on hards, even though it wasn't really the most best thing to do. So that's interesting.
Yeah, that's true. I guess the bar for strategy is a bit lower here, and so that kind of stuff happens. And it's always a tough call with those early safety cars, whether to go on in the mediums or the hards, and judging how long they'll last is never easy, but hopefully we don't have any of those mistakes around here. It's always sucks to be in that position and make the wrong strategy call and have to deal with it for your long stint on those hards. Doth Thou Hoist switching to the mediums, but still in the pit, so I don't know. He's coming out. So Doth Thou Hoist coming out on the mediums for some reason. He thinks he can beat his 121 flat on those medium tires.
Dad went to the pits on his medium stint, so...
Yeah. And so Sahil now about to cross the line to start his second flying lap, so he crosses the line, opens up his drag reduction system, and it looks like there's a Ferrari exiting the pit lane who gets out of the way. That's going to be Captain. As he goes down into turn 1, he's going to want to brake halfway between the 150 and the 100. He does a good job. Extremely rapid downshifts. I think that's automatic. And then is able to get the power down without short shifting, so that's quite impressive, because that is much easier said than done in turn 1 Monza. Thankfully, no rear locking. I think that's going to be an issue for people with no assists. Is going to be rear locking into turn 1. Not so much lap 1, actually. It's fairly easy when you don't, you're not up to full speed starting off the standing start. But lap 2, when the field is still bunched, or a safety car restart for that matter, having cold brakes, you get a lot of rear locking, especially on worn tires, and that's going to put you sideways. So for those who aren't using ABS, that's probably going to be a struggle we're going to see, and I would be surprised if we don't see some accidents, especially a lap 1, turn 1 accident. I think we're going to see a pretty major one.
This is going to be the most
originating from the back
of the season for sure.
So Sahil getting a bit loose in the second phase of Ascari, but he looks like he got a clean exit. I don't know if he's going to improve on this lap because that was a pretty messy Ascari, but did his best, and we'll see what he can do in Parabolica. And then obviously when he crosses the line, we will see his time for sure. And so Doth definitely already crossed the line, so he is intent on setting that lap on those mediums. So I would assume he thinks he could beat it. Kia pitted without setting a lap on those mediums. Sahil goes fastest with a 1:19.9, and now Doth Hoist is backing off of his lap. I think he saw Sahil set it and realized that he's not going to be able to beat that time on the mediums, and so he backed off, and I think he's going to come into the pits.
Why would he do that, though? It's only 1:10. I mean, I think he can do it, for sure. He's proven to have the pace. But yeah, you're right, he did stop his hot lap, so we'll just have to see what happens there.
And Wizard with a 1:20.3, improving quite a bit as well. Yeah, I don't know. I would be surprised if he could beat that time on mediums. That's a pretty fast time, and so yeah, I don't think that. Oh, and that's going to be Stewie 3K coming back onto the road and hitting his teammate. Oh, he just cut across the track one way, then came back the other way.
BMW gets
that gave the penalty to BMW. That was entirely Stewie's fault. Stewie lost it on the exit of the second Lesmo, spun into the wall, reversed back across the track, and then reversed back across the track on the other direction, and forced BMW to hit him, giving them both wing damage. And,
something that's really hilarious is, in Tier 1 last Wednesday, another team hit each other as well, the Mercedes of Dees and Jordan. It's interesting to see how these tiers are very alike sometimes, with teammates hitting each other and certain stuff happening.
And Doth did decide to go for another lap and completely just lost the rear end in turn 1, and I don't think he's going to be able to set this lap. Yeah, he's short shifting, and now he's down into second, so
yeah,
destroyed his lap. Only used my dad going for a run on the outside of the Lesmos on the grass, quite far out there, and touched a bit of gravel.
There's another Renault off at Ascari that is, I believe, can't tell.
That's going to be Captain, also turn 1, spun fully 360 degrees around there.
Oh. Yep, I see him right there, and ooh, hey, in 9th at the moment, doing an excellent job. He picked up points last weekend. He'll be looking to do it again. Hopefully his teammate can also pick up some as well. Chipsy, sitting in 7th right now. I know he can do better for sure. Let's see what he can do as he is slowing down right now. I'm going to let the Haas behind him get past. I think that is Doth. Yep. He is on the lap. Let's see what he can pull here. He's currently Go on.
No worries. Just was noticing he wasn't short shifting, and that is interesting. It's really tough to not short shift through turn 1, so people who can do it is quite impressive, as now Kia goes through Delaroggio, or however you say it, E-Rouge, and able to get a clean exit there, not touching any gravel, breaks out a bit wide, then cuts back in early, and hopefully runs wide there. No, he doesn't. So not getting... Basically, if you don't run out wide there, it means you're not getting on the power as early as you could have. Cuts a bit too much there and subsequently loses the rear, or rather never quite finds it, so unable to get the power down early. Dothau comes into the pits now, so I think he's going to go out for his final lap on those softs, but Sahil's also going to be able to challenge with a fresh set. Kia turns in super late for Ascari and almost loses it on the second half. It looks like he's really struggling with that rear end. Maybe he ran a 1.3 or a 1.4 as opposed to one of the more stable setups.
Yeah, he's run out of ERS, so I think he's going to go into the pits. I did see him negative on his time.
And so then 31 Sword up into 5th position with a 120.8, whereas the other...
he's 5/10 down on his time. He can pull himself into, I believe, 4th place at the moment. About to cross the line here. He has a lot of ERS still. There's deployments up to run out. And he will put himself up in the 3rd at the moment. Wizard gonna start a lap here now. And we're still waiting for a lap by Dad. Everyone seems to be on the softs, so I don't think we'll see anyone starting on the mediums unless one of the outsiders of the top 10 decide to use it.
Astro hits the wall coming out of the second Lesmo, so I think he has enough time to make it back to the pits and set another lap. Critical just ahead of him with a 121.4, Captain ahead of him with a 121.2, and yeah, we've got pretty tight pockets here, like 1 to 4 is pretty close, and then 5 to 9 is pretty close, and then 10 to 13 is really close. They're separated.
Yeah.
Solace.
Yeah. That is crazy timing right there. 3 minutes left though, so they can do one more lap if they choose.
And so Sahil waiting for the best track evolution, whereas Doth is coming out a little bit early, especially for Monza. I would leave it till about 2 minutes, but that's just preference. And maybe he wants the clearer track, which he'll definitely get in this case. And so we'll see what he's able to do. I would be shocked if he doesn't beat Sahil on this lap, but then we'll see what Sahil can fight back with a little bit more track evolution. As the Ferrari of Captain pulls out of the way, I feel like we see him pulling out of the way quite a bit now, as Doth breaks into Ascari, obviously on his outlap Chipsy, in third with a 120.3, so a huge improvement from him. He's in the pits, he's going to be coming out soon. One of the Red Bulls comes out soon. Solace comes out. Wooly Freyer comes into the pits, so he missed his opportunity for a final one, but yeah, pretty much everybody is exiting the pits now. Sahil, except for Kia, actually. Kia is still in the pits, and I don't know if he's going to come out or not. I think... yeah, I don't know.
Looking at that,
anyways,
look at that. He hasn't had a time yet. He's on a hot lap and he's slowed down now, so maybe I guess he's going to get ready for a second one, but those tires are going to hurt a bit. Maybe a little bit more.
And so Doth Thou Hoist now going through turn 1 on his flying lap, puts it into 5th on the exit of turn 3, is it? The first chicane anyways, now going into the second chicane, riding the Curta Grande. Wow.
Some traffic ahead.
Yeah, MLG God gets out of the way by going onto the grass. He cuts that second bump, so he's running some pretty loose suspension, which is pretty normal for Monza, but I haven't seen somebody take that much bump. That's impressive right there. That's a bravery. He doesn't run out as wide there as he did the lap before. Cuts this pretty much the exact same way he did before on his previous lap on the softs, not on the medium, sorry. And so now he does have quite a bit of traffic coming up here. He's got that... I think that's Sahil that gets out of the way, then OOA does get out of the way before Ascari. He cuts Ascari way too much. I think that's got to be an invalidation.
Yeah,
he turned down to 0. But he's got enough time to set another lap. Maybe that's, again, why he did wait or give himself a little extra time. He was worried about that. And Sahil letting everybody pass on that back straight. I really need to know the name of that straight, but I have no idea.
Between Ascari and out right now. Only one car is in.
And I would assume that's Wooly. Yeah, Wooly and Rad, actually. So 2 cars. Both. Oh, yeah. Both Toro Rossos into the pits.
Yeah, 50 seconds remain. Anything can happen. Let's find out who can take a pole position.
So Doth going through turn 1, and Sahil now coming into turn 1. Finds his braking. Cuts the early chicane, or the early corner a little bit too much, but actually doesn't lose the car at all, so phenomenal job from him. That's definitely an optimal way to take that if you can make it stick. Only as my dad retires from the session, and I have no idea where that is. It looks like it's, he's going to be... no, I think it's... Yeah, actually, I think it is Ascari, you're right. Same place his teammate went out, if I can see by the track map. It looks like the exact same places where Madman lost it. As Sahil coming through the first Lesmo actually does run out wide, so doing a bit better than his teammate was there, but then runs quite wide there, misses the apex a little bit, doesn't cut enough, and subsequently not able to get onto the power as much as the other people. So Doth is going to cross the line first, and I would assume beat Sahil's time, and then subsequently Sahil will have a chance to beat it. Sahil goes through Ascari, does not get loose this time, actually does. He's just taking a really weird wide line through there, but he is the fastest as of now, so we'll see what Doth can do as he's about to cross the line and knock Sahil off provisional pole, or at least attempt to. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Doth does with a 119.5, and now Sahil's going to try to fight that back as he puts the power down for Parabolica, and he's going to see if he can take back pole. And he does
He
not.
cannot.
Only such a
Gypsy, or
119.7.
no, that's Fox coming in now. Fox will put himself in 6, only good enough for 6.
And Kia sitting on the. Oh wow.
Oh, yeah, someone.
And that's going to be MLG got out in Ascari too.
Gypsy's
Gypsy
got a
picked up a
penalty.
5-place grid penalty
Wow.
after Kia was sitting in the middle of Ascari and forced him to hit him.
So we
Gypsy
have
had nowhere to go there.
we have BMW with a grid penalty, and now Gypsy. So Wizard will be starting in 3rd, Fox 5th.
We really should remake this lobby. We've got, I think, 4 grid penalties that are completely undeserved, or 2. I guess Stewie does deserve his, but yeah, that's quite a lot of grid penalties that shouldn't be happening right now.
Yep, I'm not sure how you guys will do that. Handle it. I don't know if we're actually gonna do that, but does seem to be a lot of drama right now.
That was very ridiculous from Stewie and from Kia. Both not great driving from them, just being right in the way and forcing contact with another driver and giving the other driver a grid penalty. So, well, oh, and somebody says Sahil's in 3rd, so somebody beat Sahil to 2nd place.
Oh yeah, let's see.
And I don't know who that is. I would guess maybe it's Wizard.
Yeah, so nice.
Wow.
That's gonna
And
put
so- Rad also somehow made. Oh no, not Rad. Sorry, that's also Stewie. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
I would say we should remake this lobby, but I don't think that's a thing we do here for some reason. So we will see what happens.
5 people, or no, 5, 3 people with grid penalties. We'll see what happens. I know last week we did remake, but that was due to a different reason, I think. Right? I don't remember. I don't know. Let's grab these. Shit. Okay, it's okay. Yeah, so guys, give the leaderboard half a lap to open up when the race starts, and just let me know your thoughts on it during the race, if you like it or not. And all the other features that should pop up as well. And hopefully everything goes smoothly. I don't think we'll be restarting. I think we would have gotten word already. Are you here, Gore?
Yeah, sorry, Chipsy was messaging me about the incident, and yeah, they're not going to be remaking the lobby. They think that, I think that's just not a thing we do here in ARC. So we will be starting the grid. I believe Chipsy will be down all the way in 7th, and that's just completely unfair. But there's nothing they can do about it now. So Doth Thou Voice takes us off from pole. Wizard 2nd position, Sahil 3rd position, Sin 4th position, and Sword up in 5th position. Crucially, Kia actually gaining a position by giving Chipsy that grid penalty.
Yep. And got it. Okay. It's gonna be a very interesting race tonight.
Now let's keep our eye here. Let's put some over-unders here on which position the incident is going to go back from. So I'm guessing we're going from 10th. Anywhere, I think 10th or 15th are gonna have a sizable incident.
Give me one second. I need to put this leaderboard for me as well, so I can actually see.
Yep, and so we've got everybody warming their tires here. One of the most crucial things is to warm those brakes. So you want to warm those through Parabolica, because the later you can brake for turn 1 at the front, the better, and the less chance of getting killed. And as for everybody past the first row of the grid, you want to brake early. And we will see if everybody follows that logic, as Chipsy's backing up the pack there. To try to keep his tires as warm as possible. Only is my dad starting in last, and Madman in 19th. I think both actually unable to set a lap. And now that I say that, I do want to look at the tires that everybody has.
Yeah, we have 3 people on mediums. Unfortunately, it's not showing up on the stream, but Astro has them. Gypsy has something different?
No, Astro, MLG, and Madman.
Yeah.
Gypsy is starting inside the top 10, so we will see what happens here. As the grid is being formed now by Doth, who's going to take his pole position, his first place grid slot. Wizard not far behind him, Sahil actually quite far behind him, and then Sin, 31 Sword, Kia all basically inside of each other and take their grid spots almost at the same time. That was very satisfying to watch. Chipsy bringing it in from 8th place. So we'll see what they can do. And yeah, I'm thinking Wizard might be able to jump him. He's got the inside line. Doff is notoriously, by his own admission, I mean, no insult towards him, not great at starts. And so we'll see what Wizard can do if he's going to muscle his way through. As the lights come on here, we've got 1 light, 2 light. The lights, yeah, we've got 5 lights.
We're waiting. Critical gets a jump through.
Jump start on Critical, and the lights are out, and we are underway. And it looks like Critical gains quite a few positions off of that, all the way up into Pfeiffer down into 16th. As we run 3 wide into turn 1, we're going to have a pretty big incident here, I assume. Yeah, one of the racing points going off into the runoff area behind him, and we've got Chipsy turn sideways getting hit by one of the Williams. As we go into the further part of turn 1, we've got Pfeiffer, or Captain, side by side with Solace there, and back to field Critical after that jump start. Astro picks up a 3-second penalty. We've got a full-blown safety car.
Safety car already, wow. And the leaderboard should start popping up now as we're getting into Sector 2. Let's give it a time. You gotta give it a moment, it'll load everything. Doesn't happen right away, unfortunately, but we do have a safety car coming out. And that'll give it time to actually fix itself, so that's actually good. So, Critical, he's kind of lucky though. He gets to, actually no, he doesn't get to serve the drive-through in the
No, he does not.
Safety car. That's something he'll have to deal with after.
This, yeah, I don't know if Chipsy picked up wing damage, but he was sideways on the second phase of turn 2. Or, yeah, second phase of the first chicane, he was sideways and got hit back right ways by one of the Williams. 31 Sword up into 5th position. Actually, is that where he started? Sahil. Yeah, I noticed one of the racing points on the 3 wide. He was all the way on the outside, and he kind of Max Verstappen it off onto the grass and then into the runoff area. And so he lost 3 positions already, and Kia up into 3rd place after giving Wizard that, or after giving Chipsy that grid penalty.
We're seeing 3 people going to pits right now for Chipsy.
Yeah, if you're in the back, there's really no reason not to. And I pray Chipsy doesn't throw on another set of soft tires. You're going to want to go onto the mediums right now and hope for another safety car to be able to... Oh, and he does have wing damage. So Chipsy pitting to fix his wing damage and put on those medium tires, so a good call from him. And just damage limitation now for the championship. He has gotten incredibly unlucky these last few races. So the safety car leading the pack through the Lesmos. Doth Thou Hoist maintaining his 1st position. Wizard maintaining his 2nd position. Wizard unable to get a good start and actually challenge him at all into turn 1. But he played it safe. I can respect it. That's better than crashing. Radical up into 7th position. I'm not actually sure where he started. Let's take a look. Up 2 positions. And we've got Madman up 7 positions. I believe Madman started, 19th, and he's up into 12th. Pfeiffer down into 19th, down 4 positions, and Chipsy down 9 positions. Plus 5 after the grid penalty. So poor Chipsy, the championship leader on countback. Not the race he would have wanted, not the last 2 races he would have wanted. So hopefully you can make up for it in the latter half of this race. It's a long race-ish, although it's actually one of the quicker ones. But as far as how much has been completed yet, I don't think the safety car will be in this lap, unfortunately. I think we're going to have to sit with another lap under the safety car.
Let's give it a second, guys, please. It will work, you just gotta give it some time once the race starts. But I'm gonna relaunch it, and hopefully it'll show some more info. But it will cycle through tires and the gaps and pit stops, etc. I can't control it at the moment until whenever the next update comes out, but it should work.
And so, yeah, the safety car is staying out another lap, and we've got, nobody pits on the 2nd time around. That would not be worth it, as, everybody does stay out. And now we've got MLG God, Critical, Chipsy, Pfeiffer, Wally, Madman, and Astro all on the mediums. Everybody else staying on their initial softs, besides Stewie, who actually pitted for soft tires. I don't know if he started on the mediums or what. As there is a pile up in turn 1, and one of the Renaults getting, I think one of the Renaults hitting somebody. Stewie 3K picks up a 5-second penalty for severe collision with Pfeiffer. And I would assume Pfeiffer picked one up too, but it's not going to show us.
And there you guys go.
Stewie's
There's
front.
the freaking
And so,
leaderboard in chat. All of you guys making fun of me. There it is. God. Anyway, ironically, as I say that, my leaderboard goes away, so that kind of sucks. But you know, whatever.
yeah. And so, yeah, that 5th-place penalty is not going to be fun for Pfeiffer or for Stewie, and I don't know that Pfeiffer has one. Actually, I can check this. It's more. So yeah, Critical got a jump start, and then we had Astro pick up a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. And then, yes, Pfeiffer and Stewie both received a 5-second time penalty for severe collision with each other. The safety car is in this lap. Doth knows what he's doing, so he's going to back the pack up, and I don't think the rest of Tier 2 is quite ready for his advanced antics, and we will see what happens in Ascari as everything gets really slow at the exit of it. Stewie picks up a 10-second penalty for track extension under the safety car.
Stewie just picking up a whole bunch of penalties right now.
Yep, and so now as we are running down into Parabolica, Doth slowing up the field quite aggressively. Nothing wrong with that. Don't mean that in a negative light. He's doing exactly what he should be doing. And so Doth is going to pick a time to just kind of bolt away from everybody. And if I remember, yep, and he starts going now. So Doth that hoist is pushing Wizard right behind him. Looks like Kia got the best start of those three. He's going to be slipstreaming down into turn 1. We're going to see where everybody's able to brake, because there's a pretty big gap between the Toro Rosso, BMW Power getting past OOA. Down in 8th place, OOA unable to get a good start, and BMW reacting faster. As we go down on the run into turn 1, we've got Kia side by side with Wizard. Kia on the inside, but now Wizard's got the inside for the second corner, and he's not going to leave Kia an ounce of space, pushing Kia onto the grass there a little bit and onto the rumble strip. And now Sin Black is going to be looking for a move as they're side by side through the Curva Grande. Kia on the inside getting a little bit of a better run as Wizard's going to have to use his tires quite a bit more. So coming to the braking zone, Kia is almost fully ahead, but Wizard never one to shy away from going late on the brakes. It looks like he is going to give it up in the second chicane, and that's going to allow Doth now already with a 1.2-second gap. And we're still going to have to wait about 3 laps for DRS as Wizard now down the inside in the first Lesmo. And he makes the move stick really late on the brakes. A beautiful move from Wizard. He is looking to fight it back, and he might into Ascari down the back straight, as he has got a great slipstream here as Wizard loses the rears on exit a little bit. Now he is in overtake mode, and he's going to be looking for that move as he dives to the inside. Now Wizard defending, holding the outside, looking for a move. Is Kia going to go late on the brakes? He's looking for it. Kia goes late on the brakes. Wizard turns in a little bit. Kia having to cut the course a little bit. And now Wizard coming back on and kind of hitting Kia there. Unable to really get his tires planted there, as on the run down into Parabolica, Kia's not going to be too close. And Sin is actually close. And now we've got a pretty big gap between 31 Sword and Sin, as Sahil now going to look to dive down the inside. He does dive down the inside of 31 Sword into Parabolica and get that 5th position from 31 Sword. He's going to try to fight it back into turn 1, but I think Sahil already got a better exit. I don't know if the slipstream will be enough for that. It actually looks like it is, as 31 Sword is now gaining on Sahil using mode 3, so not overtake. Doth already with a 2.2-second gap to Wizard. Now 31 Sword looking on the inside of Sahil. Sahil breaks a bit later, runs super deep into the corner, is now going to come back in the second phase, and he does, and he hits 31 Sword, but 31 Sword able to keep the position. Now, as we go into the second chicane, Sahil able to get back on the power, and alongside, as he moves over and hits 31 Sword, who was just holding the line on the inside. Now it is wheel-to-wheel. Sahil is now on the inside for Delaroggio, as 31 Sword on the outside is going to try to break later. Sahil breaks later, goes on the inside, and has the move done, and I think he's got it secure for now, as Kia had a little trip into the gravel, I think. Radical Aardvark now all over the back of 31 Sword, and BMW on the back of them.
Yeah, a lot of action going on right now. Pack is still pretty close, so we'll see if more incidents happen. We already have one safety car, and yeah, I think we'll definitely see more coming up here.
So Kia now 2
and Kia spins in the story.
Kia loses a big wind damage there, I think, for him on the other side. That's an interesting place to lose it through Ascari, and now he's got to wait for the entire field to pass him. He's going to be praying for another safety car.
I don't think it's coming,
Chipsy,
though.
Yeah, I would happen to agree with you, as Chipsy on those medium tires now in 15th, looking for a move on Madman. DRS is finally enabled, and Doth is pretty far clear, as Critical now down all the way in 20th position, and Pfeiffer down in 18th position. Kia in 19th, able to get going, but Critical's going to pass him after that drive-through.
BMW and Radical are kind of close together. Will BMW go late? I think he is. He's going down the inside, and he will get the move. Oh, they tap, though, and that's going to allow UA to maybe get past Radical as well. Nope. Not the moment. UA in 8th. He has picked up some pace recently, and I'm happy to see that for sure.
And so now we've got Sahil looking for a move on Sin Black. Of course, Doth already 3.1 seconds ahead, so the DRS doesn't really affect him, but Sahil is going to get DRS going on the back straight on Sin Black. Sin Black. Yeah, it is Sin Black. Why was I thinking it was Sin Fox? As Fox is now going through the second Lesmo, he's got to get a much better exit if he wants to defend from the DRS, and it looks like he does, actually. I don't think DRS is going to be enough. Sahil puts it down into 0, so he's just saving now, biding his time. 31 sword, 1.5 seconds off that, and BMW close behind him. But BMW is using his energy, even on the straight. Stewie, 3K, looking for a move on Captain here. He's going to send it late. Is he going to go late onto the brakes? I think he is. He does, and they go too wide into Ascari. Captain goes really far off the track, and Stewie's going to swoop back, but I think Stewie's going to lose it on the exit, and he does. Yep. Oh, and he comes back across the track and hits Captain, who has to slow down, and now Only Use My Dad looking for a double overtake. As we go down into Parabolica, Only Use My Dad on the inside, way ahead, and under braking moves quite a bit, actually, and that kind of allows Stewie to go back around the outside, but then Stewie has no room on the outside and starts falling back. Sahil 5/10 off Sin Black, but he's not going to make a move. He's just saving his ERS and using the DRS. BMW does actually get past 31 Sword into turn 1. 31 Sword looking to fight it back, but I don't think he's going to be able to. Kind of has a look up the inside, makes a little bit of contact with the rear tire, and that's Sin, who went off into the gravel trap on the exit of turn 1, and that puts Sahil up into the podium positions. And also, we want to look at Chipsy, who is down in 15th, actually fell back a position, so lost some time, and because he was right on the back of Madman, and now MLG is between them. And yeah, so he did lose 2 positions there, so something happened. That's unfortunate.
I'm seeing Captain and Stewie fighting right now for most of Sector 1 and now into Sector 2. Captain, hits the grass, he's in the gravel, he's spun! Yep, has to be careful with hitting one.
Ooh, that was really close.
Yeah, he did not. Oh, he actually takes some damage there, but he's lucky not to hit anyone.
And so we've got Sin, whilst he did lose it on the gravel. Oh, loses it again. Pfeiffer retiring from the session. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, looks like he retired in the pits as the other Ferrari spins out around the same time. You've got Sin Black, who lost about... Yeah, he already retired. Yeah. He retired in the pit lane. And we've got Sin, who's now fallen almost a second back from Sahil, who was looking for DRS. I think he's going to have it still through this detection point, though. And he opens up the DRS. He's going to be looking to gain on Sahil, or at least stay with him. BMW 1.4 seconds off that. And 31 Sword now falling out of DRS range of him as MLG God gets past Madman, and Chipsy, is going to also be looking for a move on MLG God or Madman. Madman gets back in front, but now MLG God switches to the inside. MLG God goes super late on the brakes, able to not really make the corner, but make it stick, actually, because Madman kind of left him a little bit too much space. Clean driving from the both of them as Madman now gets pushed wide a bit on the Curva Grande, and he's going to go right back past. Chipsy now going to be looking to go back past as he's got the slipstream on Madman around the outside, and Pfeiffer's ghosted car makes him lift off. So Pfeiffer retiring there in the pits, and his ghosted car came back on the track and stopped Chipsy from making that move. He didn't want to take any risks with the car.
Captain
Kia going onto the hard tires. Not sure why I did that. He could have easily made the mediums last from that point. Captain's still yet to pit, so those guys definitely hoping for another safety car. OOA looking for a move on Salas, and Only Use My Dad is actually side by side with OOA into Ascari. Only Use My Dad goes super late on the brakes and is able to get the position clean into Ascari and gets a nice getaway from OOA, so I don't think he's going to be fighting for that position much longer. Rad closing in, reeling in 31 Sword there, and now down to 6/10 from a second last lap. Critical in the other Williams down in 17th position, 9.6 seconds off Astro after serving that drive-through penalty. Chipsy gets past Madman, and is now going to, gets past MLG, and I think he's going to look to get past Madman here with the DRS.
Oh, and MLG God goes wide, and it's on the gravel.
So MLG out of this battle now as Chipsy, using all of his ERS, opens up his DRS, and he's going to be looking for a move on Madman. Madman defends the inside and then comes back to the outside, so he's got no moves left. And so Chipsy not able to gain as much as he would have wanted, and unfortunately that cost him his energy too. He didn't save it with the DRS, so he might be running some aggressive wings there and struggling for pace in a straight line, but he should be able to make it up in this middle sector in theory. And we've got Radical now down to 5/10 behind 31 Sword, so he's going to be looking for a move soon too. And it looks like OOA picks up a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Only Use My Dad all over the back of Salas, going to try to get a move here on the back straight as we go through the Lesmo, the first Lesmo. He's really close, partially looking for a move, but then kind of goes out onto the grass in the second Lesmo. But now he's going to open up the DRS. Salas does not have the DRS. Only Use My Dad, though, only at 6% energy. He's going to deplete it all on this straight as he moves to the inside of Salas. And I think he's going to be through and clear, but Salas fights him late on the brakes. Only use my
won't get
dad.
it done.
Waits a little bit to turn in and kind of forces Solace to have to wait to turn in as well, and gets that position. And that's going to be away into the wall.
Oh,
Loses
no.
his entire wing, the same way Kia did, losing it.
Oh, he hit someone! Oh my god! It's a three-man crash right there. That's another safety car for sure. Wow,
No,
it's even
virtual safety car. We've got
Wow.
a virtual safety car, and that was Chipsy getting massive damage, and Madman getting the worst of that as OOA comes back into the track. That's a major incident right there. That was atrocious racing etiquette and horrible safety as he now runs wide into Parabolica, into the gravel, and almost into the wall there again. This VSC, Chipsy might take the opportunity to pit, and he does because he's definitely got some major wing damage from that.
Also, I am kind of salty. I saw one of my features pop up right when I clicked the replay, but we're seeing everyone pit now, getting those mediums on. And we'll see how this affects the top
has
5.
To go onto the hard tires and a new wing, so Chipsy having to go onto the hard tires and a new wing. Not a good race from him, whereas Hill up into the points looking to take the lead of the championship as it stands now. Doth with a 6.0 second gap back to Wizard. Sahil though reeling in Wizard little by little, Sin losing a bit of time to Sahil every lap. And we've got Solace who's going to be looking to fight back. Only use my dad at some point. Only use my dad able to actually get the move done and then save quite a bit through that VSC period. Save quite a bit of ERSs. Now he's looking for a move on Critical. Critical defending to the outside as we go into the Lesmos. He's holding that outside, taking the normal racing line. Only use my dad isn't quite close enough to make him do anything else. Critical goes to the inside though now, making sure to defend that, moves back to the racing line at the end to take the normal line through there. And now we've got, as he opens up the DRS, Only use my dad going to be looking for a move down the inside of Critical.
Now you got the screen.
Don't know what happened with Gore.
I just dragged you out real quick. I just dragged you out so I wouldn't talk on stream. I'm gonna put you back in, but you got widgets all over the stream right now, man, all over the leaderboard.
I know, I did.
Okay.
I didn't hear you, by the way.
Okay, I didn't know if you heard me or not. All right, I'm gonna put you back in the chat.
And then he resets the track, and we've got a safety car. We've got a full safety car.
Well, there's that. Unfortunately, couldn't hear you, but we do have a safety car. Yep, I got pulled in. And
you got pulled. Wait, pulled what?
To another channel real quick. And we have a safety car.
Yeah, so we've got a full-blown safety car there. And so that's... Wizard takes the lead of this race as Doth pits onto the medium tires. Wizard missing that opportunity. Hopefully he pits this lap or they're going to pay quite dearly for that.
Yeah, but what event so far?
Drive-through penalty, speeding under safety car for Solace, and it has to be said. And I have got, which I will definitely upload somewhere, a glorious 4K off-board motion blurred Chrome Aberrations shot of OOA coming back onto the track and absolutely killing Madman at full speed. Makes him do like a 720 and Chipsy having to avoid going straight into the wall. Wow, what a race so far. And Doth actually might have pit too early, and I think Wizard and Sahil are both going to jump him. I have no idea how that happened, but it did. And Doth now having to overtake both. And Sahil, who was actually, as we saw, was gaining a little bit on Wizard now. If he can get him early and put that car in between him and Doth, has a chance to run away with this in the latter half of it.
I think what made this happen was Doth couldn't go super quick, I guess, maybe?
Yeah, I think Doth must have pitted.
Like, it
would only work
sense.
The other way around. It would, yeah, because if he pitted early, that means everybody was on the Delta.
Yeah.
It would only work the other way, where normally if you pitted later, you'd be, or if you pitted earlier, you'd be better off because everybody's on that Delta. Then they cross the line, and you can go as fast as you want. And then the safety car is a little bit negated because that's not quite what they do in real life, but it's not as powerful. It's really powerful early on when everybody is following that safety car Delta. They can't exceed it. That is when you get that 10-second race time penalty or pit stop. but when they're all going fast, which they were, I don't know where all that time went for Doth. Maybe he had to get a wing change or something, which extended his pit stop. Maybe that's the case. I don't know, but we've got Doth, Sahil, and Wizard all on those medium tires. Wizard now leading the race, I believe, all with good wings. And Sin, this is going to bring Sin back into it. 31 Sword and Critical staying out for the track position, but up into 6th, which is not bad considering a drive-through penalty and having to make that pit stop and a drive-through. So, yeah, he's up into a good position here and going to be hoping to, I think, build a little bit of gap in that clean air and not be too far behind, and then make his pit stop towards the end on the softs. And Solace down in 17th, still, actually, I think, unable to serve his drive-through penalty, so he's in 17th and then a drive-through penalty. Kia up into 15th. I don't know why he wouldn't take the opportunity to pit on the mediums now. Those hards are going to be really rough, and if he's only going to lose 4 positions, I have to say I think it's worth it. But as the pack comes to quite a slow right there, that was almost a huge incident too. But wow, it has really not gone Chipsy's way these last couple of races. And so everybody taking the time to warm up their tires. I believe the safety car is going to be in this lap. Kia picks up a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits under the safety car. So also not a great race from him. Very unfortunate accidents. And so we've got now, looks like this is going to be, we'll see. Yeah, the safety car is in this lap, so Wizard is going to have to back up the pack. Hopefully he doesn't follow it too close. No, Wizard doing a good job to maintain that gap. And so he's going to be looking to... Astro picks up a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Wow, that's... I only used my dad picked up a penalty, but I missed what it was. And so Wizard staying way too close to the safety car. I don't think he knows what to do here, and he's going to get rev limited towards the line, and that's going to cause him some major issues here. As he is going to get rev limited, as Doth almost went for a move on Sahil there, because Sahil was forced to go so slow, and now everybody's going to start, and there's the rev limiter kicking in as Doth is almost able to get past Sahil, but then not quite able to, and somehow this works for Wizard, and BMW skyrockets. Critical.
Wow.
BMW skyrockets into second position and hits Sahil.
Yeah, he
and he goes into turn 1, and that's going to be wing damage for Sahil as Kia retires from the race there.
Wow, this
I think in the pits
restart.
though. Yes, in the pits. No, into the wall.
He's into the wall. I see him.
Into the wall. So now BMW in second place. Sahil looking for the move into Del Roggio, but he's got wing damage. Sahil has got wing damage after that fighting with BMW. I don't know whose fault that was. That happened incredibly quickly as Sahil snakes down the inside and keeps it. Great job from him. Critical up into 4th position. BMW off into the wall at the exit of Del Roggio. And he backs up onto the track.
You need to be careful, and we have another person off.
Chipsy just got hit again.
Oh my god!
On track. Down into 14th position for Chipsy. 15th, 16th, 17th. Doth down into 18th.
Doth is in 18th. Wow, that is insane. Wizard benefiting the most. He's still in 1st.
And that's another car sideways. That's going to be MLG got backwards on the second Lesmo. He's going to come back on the track. Oh no, Doth is coming. I sense another incident. Nope, MLG got Chipsy. Wow, in 18th position. Wing damage got clipped again. BMW just blatantly reversing on track. That was a disgusting move. I cannot. I was riding on board with BMW. He went into the wall, blatantly put it in reverse, and just came back across the track like that. Not clean racing, destroying Chipsy's race further. You really hate to see that. Poor Chipsy. And so now Sahil falling back from Wizard. I think he's really struggling with that wing damage, and Critical up into the podium positions from, I think he was in was he in 6th or 7th when the safety car restarted? Phenomenal job from him. And 31 Sword up into 7th. Stewie up into 6th place. Rad up into 5th place. And so Doth and Chipsy. Chipsy now, he's not pitting. Hopefully he doesn't have wing damage. Doth also not pitting. I have no idea what happened to Doth there, though. As we've got a yellow flag in Sector 2. I don't see who that is, though. Oh, that's going to be Sin down into 10th position, losing it. Looked like on the entrance to Dell'Orazio, and he's going to be down quite a bit now. Yeah, so looking... Oh, and Stewie 3K gets past Radical into Ascari. What a move. Super late on the brakes, and Rad almost loses it on the exit there, having to take a little bit of extra curve to leave each other space. Not sure why that happened. Not sure... I don't know what I'm not sure of. Something completely irrelevant to the stream. And so we've got Solace down in 17th. DRS is re-enabled. Chipsy quite a bit off the leader. Doth 2.2 seconds off OOA. He's going to be looking to make up that position. Sahil looking for his home win, but he's struggling now, losing time to Wizard every lap, so Wizard looking on par for his first win as it stands right now, but we still have 11 laps to go.
Oh, what the hell? Stewie is off in turn 1. He's going through those barriers. Yeah. And that's going to be a hefty time penalty, I believe.
Yep, Stewie able to keep that position after cutting and going across, which is interesting. 31 Sword getting passed by Madman there, or I guess re-overtaken. And so he's going to be looking to get all that back, and we've got Rad now. Oh, that's going to be MLG God, lost it in Ascari. So lost it at the second Lesmo, then lost it in Ascari, but he's back and facing the right direction. Astro up into the points on soft tires. They are 4 laps old, so he's going to struggle to make them to the end. And we've got Only Use My Dad looking for a move on Sin. Sin, who lost it in Dell'Orazio, went from 3rd or 4th all the way down into 10th position. So now Only Use My Dad has got the DRS. Sin looks to the outside. Only Use My Dad going to go down to the inside. I think this is his signature move here tonight. He's made, I think, 3 overtakes. Sin goes super late on the brakes and almost hits him. Actually does make a little bit of contact and is forced to run wide. Captain runs wide onto the gravel there in Ascari, able to make sure that he stays safe, though, and not have any issues. Doth already closed 2 seconds on OOA, now 3/10 off of him going into Parabolica, but he's saving, and I think he's going to save with the DRS too. We've got Only Use My Dad getting past Wooly Freyer into Parabolica, so he is just making moves. Next up,
he is
Astro.
Super fast right now.
Yeah, Astro 1/10 off 31 Sword. Sahil falling back 3 seconds. Stewie 3K getting the move done. This madman is up into 3rd position. He's got quite a few penalties. Cut the first corner, and he's going to pick up a penalty, I assume, for what happened in quali. That was pretty bad, but Sin now losing a few positions as Wooly Freyer runs Only Use My Dad into the gravel, and so now Only Use My Dad trying to cover up the return move from Sin Black, and he's going to have to stick to the inside for Dell'Orazio as... Oh, no, he wants to move back. He's going to. And as now Only Use My Dad going to be looking for... Nope, he thinks better of it and doesn't make that move. We've got Madman 2/10 off of Rad, now a second off of him, so he lost the rears coming out of that corner. Critical running up in 4th position, yet to pit. Sahil 3.4 seconds, so actually clawed back 3/10 on Wizard in that last lap after losing about 6/10 the lap before, so he's definitely struggling with that wing damage.
And there's almost an incident with Wally and Dad gets past him. Wally hits some grass, almost...
oh, and Sin gonna now try to get past Wooly as he is too, so Wooly kind of lets Sin get past.
We're seeing 4 cars very close to each other coming up to Ascari. Let's hope nothing happens.
And Doth in 13th position now, attempting to lap MLG.
Wizard having a 4-second gap between him and Sahil. He's going to be confident that he can maybe win this race in the next 9 laps.
And we've got Radical looking for a move on Critical down into turn 1. Radical goes really early on the brakes. Critical goes really late, and I don't think Crit's going to be able to make the corner. He does, though, but Radical able to get the power down super nice and early and gets right past him. Now as we go into the Curva Grande, Madman might be looking for a move here. He's got quite a bit of ERS saved up. I don't know how much fuel, though.
Even Astro on those softs could potentially...
Yeah, Astro 1/10 off of him. 31 Sword. Pretty far behind that pack, but he's going to catch up quite quick, especially if they keep fighting as this 4 have up into this point. Sahil losing 7/10 in that lap, back to 3.8 seconds now from Wizard, who is looking like he's cruising off into the distance, and Doth still stuck in 13th position trying to get past Captain. Captain runs a little bit wide. Captain runs really wide into the gravel. Hopefully he doesn't come back across the track. No, he does a great job of keeping it under control there.
We're seeing someone get off somewhere. I saw something fly.
I would hope not. This is a family-friendly stream.
I just saw
we don't-
something, saw some damage fly off a car. I don't know where it was, but looks like
hopefully.
Madman's gonna get past critical here. No, nope.
So wait, was it a spectator or something?
No, I saw a car, like the front end or
How
front
does
wing.
a car get off?
I
And
think
we've
I said
got
it
critical
wrong.
who's going into the pits. That puts
Yeah.
him a 5-second penalty for that. And we've got only use my dad looking for a move on Astro. Around the outside, Astro on the inside. Might just let him have it, but he might go late on the brakes because he's holding that inside line. Yes, he does. He sends it down the inside. He's going to get turned in on, and he gets spun. Goes down into neutral, but able to get it back on track and keep going, not lose too much time. Doff now up into 9th position, so up into the points after that horrible mystery incident. And I think poor Chipsy has just gotten punted.
Oh, and Radical makes
Just
a mistake. Madman gets past him.
a Madman up into 4th position, Stewie up into 3rd position. We've got a yellow
There's a
flag in
McLaren
second
off.
three.
I think that is Solace in.
Yeah, it
outside
is
of
in
Ascari.
Ascari. Yep.
Solace
Solace retires from the
retires.
session on track. So, poor Chipsy has just been thrown around like a football this race, getting a 5 place grid penalty he didn't deserve, getting turned around at the start, getting killed by OOA, and then getting killed by BMW, both unsafely rejoining the track.
We're still seeing a yellow flag. Oh, okay, that was Solace's car. Doth, he's climbed his way back into 9th. He's now going to be attacking Sinfox, who goes wide. He definitely has him here for DRS for sure. Madman pits. And Doth gets past Fox with ease. The gaps are starting to form, but there's still pretty close fights going on here. One mistake and you could drop a couple positions depending where you're at. But wow, we have both Red Bulls in the points at the moment. Let's hope they can keep it up. That would be really good for them. Dad catching up to Radical. Radical's in a really good spot. He was in around the same spot in spawn, and he unfortunately dropped back due to a mistake later on. Only 7 laps left though. Let's hope they can keep it.
And Sahil, 4.3 seconds off Wizard now, so Wizard, yeah.
Wizard
doing
is
very
swinging
good
away
job.
with it
Only
there.
use my dad getting past Radical into Ascari, his favorite place, but Radical's super late on the brakes and puts
Pushes
dad
him off
into the
wide.
gravel and then into the grass. Oh, and only use Radical stuck on the truck, and it's Astro. Almost putting his 5th place
He
in
loses
jeopardy.
2
Doff,
spots out of that.
Doff, all the way up into 6th already, almost up into 4th. With his pace, he's going to get this pretty soon. Is Astro looking to dive? He does. He dives down the inside of Rad. That's going to slow them both down. Doff's going to say
and
thanks.
Doff is
As he
just
goes down the
climbing.
inside, he's going to have the DRS as we go across the line. Astro's going to have... I don't think Astro's going to have DRS. Actually, he might if he was behind a protection point. He does. Astro and Doff both have DRS, but Doff has the inside line, and I don't think Astro would be smart to challenge that. Doff, yeah, returns to the racing line. Sticks into the middle, and
and Radical almost makes a
and that's
mistake.
going to be red, goes super wide, and he's going to have to cut turn 1.
I feel
He's
like I
gonna
did the
lose a
commentary
lot of
curse
time
again,
there.
talking about someone. And
And he gets hit by only use my dad for good measure.
he's just
And
dropping.
then
I'm
that's going to be
sorry,
Sin Black
man.
on the inside. He's also going to lose that position.
Oh, I feel bad. I was talking about him, and then that's what happens. But Astro
And so-
into 5th. Astro picks up another
And he
penalty.
loses
Oh my
the-
god, no!
You need to
Please.
stop talking.
I know. I know.
You need to stop.
Just gotta stop talking or
This is
start
getting
talking
out
about
of
Doff,
hand.
honestly.
And
Doff is
what's
climbing.
his face? MLG God not wanting to use black flags.
Oh, and there he goes, Astro,
And
God.
Astro, yeah.
And
only
MLG
and
God as
MLG
well. You gotta be kidding me. I'm just a curse to everyone right now.
The Master just comes back on the track and almost kills 2 people there. A lot of unsafe, horrifying rejoining going on here. Chipsy still not in the points. MLG God was not listening to black to blue flags there, and almost just swerving all over the place there. That was incredibly dangerous as well. So Sin, 7/10 off, only used by Dad. A good recovery from him. Chipsy was having a good recovery when he was killed. Just died. I think Sahil put a hit out on him before the race happened.
Down the grid, Chipsy's gonna have to do some defending against Madman, who's on the soft tire, 1 lap old. And Chipsy not having the best of races. He is in 12th, while Sahil, his rival, is in 2nd. These are some crucial points that he's gonna be missing out on.
MLG got picked up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, already in last place. I assume he's going to retire. No, he does not. Now the Williams boys, from such a promising start, well, a horrifying start, a promising middle, and a promising second safety car, now find themselves in 15th and 16th, respectively. BMW down in 14th after committing murder. And we've got Madman on the back of Chipsy. Wait, what happened to Madman? Oh, he pit. He pit, sorry.
He pitted earlier.
And so Stewie up in the podium position. Sorry, my phone just went off. Wizard, looking very secure in this lead. And Stewie is going to be fighting for that final podium position. And he's got a charging Doff on younger tires, 2.2 seconds off. Definitely with a pace advantage on him. He's closed such a giant gap from 18th up into 4th.
Right now, the closest battle is between Astro, Madman, and Chipsy. Madman probably going to get past Astro, DRS, or maybe even before. As yep.
As now he opens the DRS on the inside, and I think he's going to have it almost certainly. Yeah, he moves back to cover the middle, now goes back to the normal racing line, and has the position clean on Astro, who Astro has, fully fallen out of the points. So his first points finish, not looking good as of now. And OOA still carrying the torch for Red Bull on points, looking for a move on Willie Freyer, switches to the inside, and he's going to go late on the brakes here, and it looks like he's got the move done. As he goes really wide into the corner and has to completely cut it, but I think he managed to keep it. Wooly was very respectful and left him the space, but that brought Captain into this fight. We've got a three-way battle now as we head onto the back straight. I have no idea who's going to come in to Ascari ahead as Captain loses the rear in between the two Lesmos. Wooly now getting the power down much better than OOA. Opens up his DRS, and now he's going to be looking for a move, and if he can't get it here, I think he's got him into Parabolica, but he's pushing, and he's going to go down the inside there as OOA just turns in like he's not there and spins him. And he crashes right where Vettel was crashed. We'll see if he handles it better than the four-time world champion.
Retires. It's on track.
And Wooly just sitting, and he does come back across the track there, but make sure he does it in a safe time and location. And he's going to come back on the track, hopefully not like an idiot. No, he has the position, and so Lance Stroll is not on the radio complaining. And so Captain's going to be looking for that move on OOA. OOA almost hits the pit wall there. That was ridiculous. Only use my dad struggling to get the power down into turn 1. We've got a fight between him and Sin for 5th position. Doff 5/10 off Stewie, but I don't think he's going to be able to make that move yet. We've got a lot of close battles here as there are 3 laps to go. Astro getting past Chipsy, and then Chipsy around the outside, though, through turn 1 makes it stick up into 11th position, but still out of the points. Madman now on the back of Captain, so they're going to be looking for that move. As well as Madman dives down the inside, Captain lets him have it quite a bit. And let's see what happens.
Oh, and someone's off. That is Captain going wide.
Let's see what happens here, though, between Doth and Stewie for the final podium position. Doth saving some ERS on this back straight with DRS. Of course, I don't think he's going to be able to make up a 12-second gap to Sahil.
Oh, no.
And Sahil's got a 4-second gap up to Wizard. And so now I think we're going to see Doth take back the podium position that he found himself in before the safety car restart. But that was an unfortunate safety car restart for a lot of drivers. I know.
Should we defend against Doff here? I don't think.
I don't think he can. Yeah. He's got the DRS open. He goes down the inside, and he's going to have that move well and clear for the final podium position. Stewie, though, driving a phenomenal race, and I think only his Medad's a bit too far back. So, great driving from Stewie to get himself and keep that 4th position. He tried to fight it back a little bit, but I think it's a little bit futile as Doth clearly has a pretty significant pace advantage, but he's going to try to come back at him. He's got the slipstream into the second chicane. He's going to look now on the inside, but Doth pulling away on the second phase of it because he has to use a little bit more grip, and he hits him. Stewie rear ends Doth and now just loses quite a bit of time through that corner because he has to slow down so much in the latter half of the braking phase. But Only Use My Dad not able to capitalize much, and Sin Black still struggling to catch back up to Only Use My Dad with his wing damage. So Sahil picking up wing damage with BMW, tangling with him and picking up wing damage I think that's kind of, not sure if he would have been able to win this race regardless, but I think he would have been able to put up a better fight, but he's really struggling with this wing damage, especially in such a high downforce circuit as Doth now picks up a 3-second penalty. I think Stewie anyways has like 10 seconds of penalties, so I don't think that should matter. Only is my dad able to claw a second back on him though, now down to 6.6 seconds.
Gypsy trying to get past Captain for that 1 point. Captain defends well for now, and Gypsy will probably get past him on that DRS straight for sure, but he'll have to defend it for one more lap here on those hards.
Yep, and he's, yeah, as you said, I think we'll see what he does. Captain gonna try his best, but I think Gypsy's gonna be able to get past him here. Almost does it without DRS, but Captain runs wide. Now
Fox
Gypsy looks up the inside.
And Gypsy
I think
and
only my
Captain
dad must have made a mistake there. Yeah, no, so Gypsy now with the DRS is gonna try to get past, and I think he's gonna have more than enough to get past as he's using all of his energy though. His energy's almost out. Can he keep it in front into the first corner? He definitely can. Captain very cautious. Doesn't try to pull anything off on the brakes. Only use my dad, as you mentioned, yeah, getting passed by Sin. He's going to be trying to fight that back on the last lap. I don't know where their penalties stand. BMW getting passed by Astro, who Astro is now back up into 12th position still, out of his first points finish. Gypsy now getting 1 point for the constructors. Captain goes super early on the brakes and doesn't try to challenge that again. Gypsy's going to be looking for the position on OOA as well, though. And yes, Sin doing a good job to get Only Use My Dad out of DRS, or almost did. Not quite, couldn't quite manage it there. And so now through Ascari we go. Only Use My Dad going to be looking for the move as Wizard crossed the line to start the last lap with a 5-second gap back to Sahil. So as long as he doesn't spin, ooh, wow, he took turn 1 very questionably there, and Sahil gained a little bit on him there. Critical getting past Astro. Astro down to 14th. So something happened to Astro there as Astro just sends it completely off track and hits Critical, but they both managed to keep it on track there. Up the field a little bit, Gypsy now looking on OOA, and Captain still all over the back of him. So OOA, I think, is going to be defending this 9th position pretty hard here as Gypsy comes to cross the line now and open up his DRS to try to get past OOA into turn 1. The DRS is open. He's using all of his energy he has left. OOA looking a little bit all over the place. Gypsy moves to the inside. OOA goes super late on the brakes.
Wow, they're going so close.
They both go late. Gypsy goes super late too.
And
wow.
Captain now is involved as well, and OOA defending for that 1 point.
And yeah, Gypsy able to get that position from him, and now is pretty
We're seeing his
far away
teammate
from him.
also crash, I believe, in turn 1 or spun.
Yeah, Astro losing a position, but I think he's...
Second to someone's off. That's Radical. Again, no, Radical. No.
Oh, and that's Captain too in the background.
Wow. And
Rad gets it back into the gets it back on.
That is insane. And Wizard takes the win. We missed it because there's so much action going on, but congrats to him.
Wizard picking up his first win in ARC Tier 2. Sahil coming 2nd place in his quote-unquote home race, and Doth now coming across the line to
Captain retires
to get that final podium position. So congrats to Wizard, an amazing drive from him.
Yeah.
Bided his time in 2nd position. I have no idea how he got ahead in the safety car, unless somehow Doth had a penalty or something to serve, but he did, and then he drove a phenomenal race from there on. Super consistent, phenomenal job to stay out in front and keep managing that gap. Sahil couldn't quite do anything after his wing damage. BMW had a great safety car restart, took some heavy contact, and then the rest is history. Sin finishing 4th position, he's going to be happy with that.
Gypsy, though. Penalty or not.
Gypsy, yeah, making it up into 8th position, so getting 4 points. So he's going to be happy with that, all things considered, getting killed multiple times. BMW picking up the final position.
Radical gets the 10th position as he crosses the line, so he'll pick up
Radical picks up a point, and we will see what kind of penalties everybody in the top 10 picks up and how the points shift going into the next race.
So we have 15 seconds from Stewie, 10 from Dad, 24 from Astro, so wow. See down the grid if we can see him. No, 14 for MLG, 12 for Captain. What a race. Wizard picking up a win. Well deserved by him. We had jump starts from Critical at the start, but definitely did not help him. Here we can see the instant list. A lot of 5 seconds from 4 people at the end. and we will get underway with the what's it called? Interviews.
Yep.
So, are you ready?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, let's pick up the man himself, Wizard. Hello, Wizard.
Wizard.
What's up, boys?
What a win!
So obviously you got the lead under the safety car. What?
What?
Okay. No, you got the lead under the safety car through the pit stops, and then you were able to just kind of cruise away from there and maintain that gap.
Yeah, I just held on to it the whole way there. So, shout out to my brother for engineering, and shout out to the boys holding it down in the chat.
All right.
Let's get what's up.
Yeah, no, an excellent first win. Sahil picking up that wing damage. Did you know he had wing damage?
I had a hunch. Yeah.
You were definitely, yeah, I mean, you just kept building that gap, and he couldn't quite match any of the laps you were doing. So from that second stint onwards, really a commanding lead from you to take your first victory.
Yeah, man, it feels good. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, man. Unfortunately, we couldn't really watch you that much because you had such a big gap towards everyone. So
Yeah, there's a lot of action probably down the field, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
there was definitely.
Yeah, some of the
Sometimes it's best to not be part of the action, you know?
yeah, definitely. There was a lot of murder that happened.
Murdered.
Yeah, there was some. Yeah. All right. Well, congrats on your first win. Excellently driven race. Drived. You drived a great race. Yep.
Yeah, we'll see you at the next one.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right, Van. If you want to move him back, I will grab Doth. The man, the myth, the legend, the hoister himself. Did I just waste that and he's AFK?
I think so.
Wow.
Doth, right there?
That is heartbreaking. That is heartbreaking. I wanted to find out what happened to him. Now we need to get the championship leader here into the call. Our boy Chipsy. Chipsy. Hello.
Hold on. Let me breathe. Ask me a
Okay.
question. Go ahead.
All right. So unfortunately, why don't we start at the beginning? In qualifying, I watched you pick up that 5-place grid penalty after Kia's car was just kind of stuck in the middle of Ascari. So yeah, how did that affect your strategy for the race or your thoughts going into it?
Pretty much threw it up in the air for me. I don't know what happened with Kia, why he retired right there, but I got a 5-place grid penalty, which put me in the back, which then put me into the turn 1 massacre. I got wing damage. I had to go in, and it was all downhill from there.
Yeah, and then unfortunately we watched OOA lose it in Ascari, and then come back across the track and kill Madman and yourself,
That's terrible.
and then able to recover. And then again, I was riding on board with BMW, who just blatantly reversed back onto the track and managed to kill you as well. So
Yeah, it's been one of those nights. I felt good going in, and I'm glad I was able to get 8th and get some points. I know Sin finished 4th, so that's good. But I believe that, well, obviously, Sahil's going to take over, but hopefully we're still within the grasp. But who knows?
yeah, well-driven race. All things considered, you had some good overtaking there at the end. But yeah, obviously not a race to be happy about.
All good. I can't wait to watch it. Was it a good thing to see for you?
I
guys?
I
caught
don't
a
know
few
about
incidents for
Van, but I had some beautiful shots of the
Yeah,
incidents,
we-
which I will be posting.
Awesome. Well,
All right,
I'm gonna
well,
watch
thanks, man. Yeah,
Thanks, man. Later.
see ya.
Anyone else?
No, I think that's about it.
Well, thank you guys for watching. You can catch us on Wednesday for Tier 1 in Brazil, and then next Sunday we'll be in Mexico, so we'll see how Chipsy and...
Oh, wait.
Oh.
Doth said he's here. Here.
Let's bring Doth real quick.
Doth, you madman.
What's going on?
So I was thinking that you would have retained the position under safety car because they would have been at the deltas at the beginning. Did you have wing damage or a penalty to serve, or what?
No. So what happened was it just kind of like just the circumstance being exactly what it was, because MLG had to come in and pit. He was already out, but like the team kind of had their thumb up their ass. So I sat there for 5 seconds before they came to put my tires on, and then like by the time, right as I came out of the pits, the safety car thing came up. So then I knew I was going to get so I knew I was going to get jumped. I muted the mic for a second there so I could put on my favorite string of expletives, and then after that just kind of the safety car restart there was just kind of all over.
Yeah.
So
I saw you get passed by a BMW and another driver.
yeah.
Well, it looked to me that Wizard was a little bit unfamiliar with how to do the safety car, and then you guys got rev limited towards the end, and then somehow BMW was able to avoid that and just shot through. But then we didn't really see what happened. You went from like 3rd or 4th down into 18th.
Yeah, so when I got it hit the I had to hit the brakes because I was going to hit Sahil, so I hit the brakes because I didn't want to spin him out. And then into the second chicane, I made contact with Aardvark, and then I was facing backwards. So then I had to wait for everybody to go by because that's it's a blind spot. I couldn't just reverse back onto track because I didn't want to ruin anybody else's race. So I ended up waiting until the end and then getting back on, and then just drove the car. I tried to make every lap a quali lap, basically, to try to get as much time as I could back. So,
yeah, well, an unfortunate incident, but otherwise a phenomenal drive. And
thank you. Yeah,
you
these
really
things
got
happen.
shafted by the safety car this weekend, didn't you?
Yeah,
it's not your weekend.
Nope. It's a running joke in another league that I'm into. It's like they joke around like, did he treat the safety cars like, did Bert Mylander's granddaughter wrong or something like that? Like, does she hate him because like I just, this is my luck.
Well, other than that, well driven.
Thank you very much. No, thank you very much.
Yeah. All right. Well, have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
All right.
All right, well, that concludes tonight's race. We will see you next Sunday. Goodbye.
Thunderdome.